Today will be part 1 of setting up my patio garden. I'll be assembling and planting 2 vertical green stalks, so let's get started. Okay, so we are out on my back patio and I'm going to turn this into my little garden, I guess you could say. It's just, I'm using green stalks because I don't have really a yard. So this is going to be just a patio garden, how I put everything together. But the first step is actually to clean my patio. As you can see, there are tons of things everywhere. I did go and get some of the herbs and plants, vegetables like tomatoes and snacking peppers, things like that are going to go in the green stalk. Obviously a ton of potting soil, but I really just need to clean all this up. And there used to be a bench here, but I moved it because I needed more space. So this is actually my grill. I want to make this kind of a grilling area and eventually get a griddle to put over here. So I'm going to move this and then my little box right here that houses like my grilling supplies and like a table, and put all of that up against this wall. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this cleaned up. I think the first step to creating a patio garden, or really any garden, is just getting your space ready. I live right next to a wooded area, so my patio gets dirty pretty fast. Before I plant anything, I really wanted to clean everything up, move things out, get behind furniture, and just give it a really good reset. I'm also planning to turn this into more of a garden / cooking space, so I needed to rearrange a few things to make it functional. Once everything is clean and set up the way I want, then I'll be ready to start planting the green stalk. Okay, so I did want to do a quick unboxing. As you can see, this was my Christmas present. Actually, not last year, but the year before last. I just have not had a chance to set it up, so I thought I would unbox it and show you guys the green stalk bundle. This one comes not only with the green stalk, so this is the watering tray, but it comes with the universal mover, so it actually has wheels. Let me see if I can find the wheels, but they actually just go in those holes right there, and you can move your green stalk around, which I think is really important for the patio version like we're doing. It allows me to roll the green stalk out from under my patio, because my patio is covered, so that it can get rain and sunshine. Here are the wheels, and they do lock. Then these are the little trays that go in between for the water filtration. You'll see the little holes that goes to each pocket. It comes with, now this one is older, but this is like, I guess, their little booklet, little keychain. This actually attaches to the mover, I believe, so that water can drain out. If I remember correctly, this had some seeds in it, some growing goodies, and I got this with my other green stalk even many years ago. So some cute stickers, and then carrots, fun. I was actually thinking about doing some radishes, so cherry bell radish. And then the bundle also comes with, basically a supporter. I'll put a picture of it, but it's thanks Justin O. So for the Inventor's bundle, you actually get it's a 6-tier system, so you get 3 of the herb, so those shorter pockets, and then 3 of the deeper pockets. The one I have had for years and has been used, you can see how dirty it is. This one is a 5-tier, and they're all deep pockets, and then I think you can get a 7-tier of all the short pockets. But the Inventor bundle I really like because you get 3 of the big and 3 of the small. So I will be setting this one up, and my other one is out for delivery. I got the blueberry. I will show you that one when it gets here. Okay, so my other green stalk that I just ordered came, and I haven't seen it yet. This is the one in blueberry. Let's see. Oh, it is a vibrant blue. How pretty is that? I got this from Epic Gardening. It's a limited color. It's definitely the color of a blueberry. Okay, this is not the Inventor's bundle, so it doesn't come with like the rolling cart or anything like that. It is just the 5-tier large pocket vertical planters. So going to try to get these set up in the next day or two. Very excited. Okay, so I know this doesn't look the best and some water got on it, but still, stay with me. This is kind of how I've planned out what I want to plant in my green stalk. My blueberry one, I'm going to have some cucumbers coming from the top, so they'll trellis down, and then all green beans. And I'm actually going to plant these in, so I'm gonna plant 2 rows and then wait a week, plant the next row, wait a week, and plant the final row. So they're not all growing at the exact same time. And then these I'm gonna go ahead and get in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And you do get like a little instruction booklet that kind of teaches you how to plant things and going over all of that. It also goes over the watering system, which is what's so cool about it. So when you just put water in the top reservoir, it actually is going to water all the pockets. So it's just a really convenient, easy way to grow, especially like in this case where I have a small patio. So for my potting soil, I'm actually using Happy Frog, just a little bit of it, but I also bought some Miracle Grow because these do take so much and it would be so expensive to do all of it Happy Frog. So I'm gonna do like the bottom layer with the Miracle Grow, do a good thick inside layer of the Happy Frog, and then top it with a little bit more of the Miracle Grow and kind of mix that up. So that's how I'm going to, or that's the potting soil ratio I'm going to use. I'm just gonna level this out a little bit, and I may put a little bit more in some of them. I don't know how much of the Happy Frog I'm going to actually be able to put. And you can get little stoppers for this. I didn't worry about it, but you can buy the little stoppers if you want it. So all of these are now filled up. As far as I'm gonna put Happy Frog on top and then mix those up really well to make sure that the Happy Frog's good and mixed in. I do want to just say that I think these vertical planters are excellent if you're not wanting to take up a lot of space to plant, or maybe you don't have a lot of space like me where you really only have a patio. I also think they're very beginner friendly. Like if you're just getting started, I think they just make the whole process pretty easy. Also, I think these are great for children. The 3-tier is perfect size. My mom and I actually got one for my best friend's little girl for Christmas, so I really do think these are great and beginner friendly. Okay, so they are all ready, and usually what you're going to do is plant and then stack, but since I'm going to be planting green beans and I'm going to be doing it at different times, I'm going to go ahead and stack these and then plant my cucumbers on the top. For this one, I'm going to be using the universal mover that came with my other one. Now, even though these are really easy, I do want to point out that when these are filled, they are quite heavy, so you may or may not need help putting the tiers together. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to put the water filtration in. Very important. Try this again. You want to make sure that there's nothing on this. You're going to stick the water filtration on and make sure the little holes are lined up with the pocket. Now the Greenstalk does come in 2 different textures. Mine is just the plain texture, but you can get a basket weave. It's very, very pretty, but it does tend to be a little bit more expensive. Okay, so on this blue one, the top one, every other pocket's going to have a Diva cucumber. So I'm just going to get that in there. So when you're choosing your plants for the Greenstalk, it's really important that you actually Google or look on their website to make sure that the plant is compatible with the Greenstalk. You don't want really huge, large plants growing out of it. They need to be like bush varieties and things like that. So every one that I did, I just Googled if it was compatible with the Greenstalk so that I know that it was, would actually work with the vertical planter. Okay, Madam Blueberry is set up. Now it is time for my Inventor bundle. And this one comes with 3 of the short ones and 3 of the long ones, and this is in stone. The other one was in blueberry. So these do come in a lot of different sizes, and they have 2 bundles you can look at. Right now they're having their Mother's Day sale. It's their biggest one from April 21st to May 11th. It's like $50 off of all the planters. But I'm just going to give you the regular prices. The 3-tier regular planter is regular $109. If you want it in the basket weave, it's $129. If you are looking at the 5-tier vertical planter, that is regular $149. And then for the basket weave, it's $169. And then if you want the 7-tier smaller basket, regular texture is $169 and the basket weave is $189. For this one, I'm just using the actual Greenstalk mover. You can see how it's different than the universal. The Greenstalk actually fits directly on this, so that's what I'm going to be using for this one. Okay. All right, so for this first one, I am going to be planting with seeds a watermelon in every other one. So I'm going to put a little bit more soil in this, and then we'll go ahead and start topping. But going forward, I'm going to plant as I top. And I actually shouldn't have done that because some of that may have fallen into here, and it did. So I'll be adding the soil before I put it on here. Filtration. This one. Okay, so for this one, my sister really wanted a jalapeno, so I decided I would put the jalapeno on this side, or I guess on this tier. And I may have to get some trellises. I'm gonna have to do a little research on that. Then we're going to do a squash right here. Now squash can get kind of big, so you do have to research what variety of things you can grow in the Greenstalk. And this particular one was a good one for the Greenstalk, Gold Rush. Then I'm going to skip one because I'm going to put a beet. They sent some beet seeds. I'm going to try that. And here I'm going to do some cherry tomatoes and then another beet to kind of separate some of the bigger leaf things apart. This is the midnight snack, and it will have its own trellis as soon as I get them. So look, I need some water. Water contraption and the next level. And now you have to be kind of careful. You don't want to mess up any of your things that you planted. Or mess up any of the plants that you planted. All right, everybody's good. Okay, so this whole row is actually going to be snacking peppers. So I'm going to set up one of the support systems for these. So the tomatoes will get trellises, but the support system is going to be for all the snacking peppers. So you're going to kind of push that in, let that kind of go in there, and then snap that into place. And then you'll see right here that that is actually going to go directly on that. Doing this one-handed is difficult, just like that. Push it into place, bend that in, push it, snap it. So this is what the completed support system looks like. Now I'm going to get the stacking peppers planted. So I thought I bought enough stacking peppers, but I obviously missed one. So I'll have to go and get another one later and plant in there. But we're going to go ahead and do the next tier. Now we're on to the smaller tiers, the little herb pockets. I'm going to fill these with more of the Happy Frog because I think I have enough, so I'm only going to do about half and half. So I do want to take a second and just say that Greenstalk says that you do need to fill the tiers all the way up with potting soil. I did not have enough, so I wasn't able to do that. I am going to go and get some more Happy Frog and top off all my tiers. I'll just take them off and then add a little bit around the ones that are stable. That's not ideal. It's just sometimes you do what you have to do, and I just didn't have enough. But I did want to just note, you really do want to fill each tier all the way to the top. Alright, so these next two rows are going to be lettuces, and I will plant those afterwards. I'm not as worried about those because those are from seed. Now one of these pockets is going to be sage, so I will plant that one right here. I love fried sage. Very excited about having a sage plant. If you have not tried fried sage, you definitely should. I may have to get a little bit more potting soil to put in here. I don't have it right now, and that's okay. We can do that when we can. I did Google how much soil I needed, but I obviously needed a little bit more. All right, this final tier is going to be some sage, basil, some rosemary, spicy oregano, and lavender. So I'm going to just go ahead and get this planted quickly and show you the final product. And here you can see on the wheels, they will actually lock in place. So I'm just going to unlock these so that I can roll this over here. I'm very happy with how both of the green stalks turned out. They're already starting to have a few peppers, which is really exciting. But make sure to subscribe because this is just part 1 of my patio garden. I will be setting up the rest of it in part 2. So see you next time. Thanks and bye.